which is pretty cool if you ask me. So get some cactus. Gonna go get some sugarcane as well. Now I know how I have had a few people comment in the last video that I put together saying that if I edit the config file I can make it so the darkness will listen to me. I think I personally like the idea of actually having to find a dungeon chest that has the staff in it before I can summon minions. I think that's pretty cool. So I'm going to stick with that for now and see how it works for me. And if I get, I guess, a little bit sick or a little bit bored of it later on, that'll give me an opportunity to, well, I guess that'll give me an opportunity to just edit the config file then. So basically for now I'm just going to stick with having it the way the Yogbox team put it out, and we'll see what happens. Really hungry now. Would love some food. Wonder if I can level up again. Beautiful. You need 6 levels more. That's not as beautiful. We're gonna need zombie flesh. Nope. Got brains. Hope no one can see that. Just give me 1 second. Just had some pop-ups coming up for my computer security because I haven't been logged in for a while. How are we going in terms of food? Nothing. Well, that's not all that useful. I'm really quite hungry. Ah, bone meal. Excellent. 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's get some wheat. Perfect. So that 9 wheat is going to get me 3 bread. I really miss having a philosopher's stone as a portable crafting table. Like really miss it. You just don't realize how much you're going to miss it until you don't have it. And while I'm out here, I'm going to need some more wood as well. There's some good looking trees over here. Ah, come on. I was hoping to drop an apple too. I suppose there's not too many leaves in this trees. Oh, pig. You'll give me your food, won't you, pig? Even just 1 piece is plenty. I know in the last episode I was talking about getting some pumpkins. I don't know if I actually did, so I'm just gonna grab one now. Almost morning. Something else some people were commenting on is the fact that I should make the difficulty hard, because apparently in the normal difficulty that I'm in, sweet. In the normal difficulty I'm in, zombies can't actually break through the doors, so no matter how much I hope that I'm protecting the village, speaking of zombies, good timing, no matter how much I hope that they'll break things, they can't actually break doors on this difficulty, so it doesn't... I guess I'm not being the village protector that I thought I was. Sweet. I now have a level 6 sword. I want something else. I want to make it better. But we've got to come back down here because I haven't got a portable crafting table. Well, I think when I can work out how to get a portable crafting table, I will get one. That wasn't anywhere near as much food as I was hoping for. Lots of iron though. We need a fiery crystal. Now I've got to make sure I do this correctly, because if you mess this up you can end up losing your stuff. So furnace, fiery crystal. Can't pick the furnace up. The crystal there. There we go. Beautiful. I can't believe I would have run out that close to the top. That's just stupid. Okay, so here we have an arcane furnace. Now what I should be able to do is if I place that arcane furnace just there and place some coal in it so that it's cooking, that should improve the efficiency astronomically of this setup up the top. Although I'm not sure if I need to have it connected via conduits. But while there's coal in this burning, and it will burn constantly while there's a crucible on top of it, it should give me like 90+% efficiency. So wood. Let's make myself an iron pick, because you can't get redstone without an iron pick. Let's make myself a bigger chest. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna cook up some sand. Let's get rid of as much of this stuff as I don't think I'm gonna need. Yeah, there's just so much of this stuff that I don't think I'm gonna need. Zombie brains, like really, who's gonna need that many zombie brains? Or a saddle? Oop. Knew I was gonna need some sand. Hopefully I'll still manage to cook 6 of those sand. It is now time to head down here and see what we can make a mess of. Actually no, I want those where they should be. So time to find some redstone. I found some iron last time I was down here, I think. Just here. Yep. Gold is going to be useful for Thaumcraft too, so break this. Now, something that I have just noticed today, although I'll be honest, I don't know when it actually happened, is that Thaumcraft 2 has now updated to Thaumcraft 2.1, and it highly recommends that you don't play from an existing world into a Thaumcraft 2.1 world, because there's a bunch of changes to how the worlds work. And so what I think that means is I think this may be a very short-lived Yogbox Let's Play. I have this feeling that it's going to last until the Yogbox decides to update to 1.25, and I don't think that's very far away, because I think most of the mods that are in it have updated, so I'm not sure exactly where that leaves this Let's Play. But like I said, I'm looking at my own new pack. Sorry about the noise. My wife has just decided to print, so hopefully it will only be a couple more seconds. It takes longer than about another 5 seconds. I'm going to just pause the video and I'll be back in a moment. Sorry about that. I'm now back. Okay, what I'm trying to do at the moment, sorry about that, I think I just had to delete a little bit of video. So I was here, and I got to about here, and there was a couple of pieces of gold, so I followed it, and then there was a couple of pieces for iron, and I thought, seeing as I've come over this way, I'll go down, and I hit bedrock. So I'm gonna go back up, so I'm a level above bedrock, and then I'm just gonna dig around for a while, because there's got to be redstone here somewhere. I'm about 16.5 minutes into this video, so more iron. So yeah, I'm about 16.5 minutes into this video, so I'm going to aim to make this video about 20 minutes. So I'm just really hoping that I can find some redstone before that 20 minutes is up. I guess in the event that I don't, you know what I'll be doing in the next episode. Ah, redstone. See, it's always when you threaten Minecraft that you get something out of it. So let's just, there we go, look at that, there's plenty of redstone there. Just gotta make sure there's no lava or anything evil around it. Throw in a torch to help light this place up a bit. Oh wow, this is a good vein of redstone too. Wow, it just keeps going on forever. Obviously, finding a big vein of redstone is not as exciting as if I found a big vein of diamonds. Yeah, it's a good thing. So, time to mine it all out. Not sure if it's this mod pack or what it is, but that redstone just looks like it's extra bright and extra vibrant. Nice. And I'm down here anyway, so let's just get a little bit more iron. Can never have too much iron. Oh. It's like one of the first rules of Minecraft, don't dig straight up, don't dig straight down. I've just done both in one episode. So, racing back to the top. Jumping, jumping, jumping. Lots of jumping. Okay, here we are. So you can see there that it's burned out all my coal that I had in there. So what I need to do now is take some of this. Typical, you never have as much as you need. There's my wood. So I need at least one more piece of glass, not steel. And then, actually, yeah, then once I've got that connected up, I'll start to demonstrate how that works. Okay. So here we place our 6 glass, get ourselves 16 panes. You only need to place 1 in each one, but I'm going to place 2 because I want 2 lots. And there we have 16 conduits. I'm now going to connect up the conduits to make sure that it feeds into the furnace below it. I'm just going to knock this piece out here so I can get access to the front of the furnace. Now what I should be able to do is chuck in gold, so you can see that it's 14 of those and 16 of those. That's important because I'm going to place one piece of coal in, and obviously you can see how much faster it burns than a normal furnace burns. Cooks much more quickly. What I'm also hoping, out of the 14 that I started with, is that I might end up with more than 14 there. Let's chuck some cobble in. And also now, because of the fact that I have that burning at the bottom, as long as that continues to have coal and continues to burn, this will produce, instead of half vis, half taint, it'll produce about 80 to 90% vis. I'm not sure what that mining thing on the left hand side means. If anyone knows what that haste. I don't have haste, I don't think. I don't know how I get haste. This charge. I'm not actually sure what any of it means. This is really noisy though. Hoping I'll get something good out. Come on. Just double. Ah, look at that. 14, so plus 1 makes 15, so I've got at least 1 extra. Plus, instead of like just here, where you get 8 out, actually no, let's not do that, where you get 8 out per coal, here you can see well, it still hasn't finished burning yet, and I'm already up to 18 pieces cooked. So you can tell that you get almost double what you would normally get. That's getting really dark there too, which leads me to the next thing that I need to build, which is a filter. And I can't remember how to build a filter. Okay, it doesn't have redstone in it then. I thought it had redstone in it. It must have iron though. Everything has iron in it. Okay, there we are. So I need 4 pieces of enchanted wood, 2 vis conduits, some aluminium, and 2 iron. So 2 iron. So let's go to the infuser. Let's make some aluminium. So you place a piece of coal and a piece of redstone, and that gets you your aluminium. I'm going to take my 4 pieces of enchanted wood. So it's aluminium, and then we put that there, and then we put something and something, conduits. Beautiful. Now what this should do, or what this will do, that's what it will do, not what it should do. This will pump out into the atmosphere taint. So that will basically clean this out as vis flows through it. Now at the moment no vis is flowing through it, so I need to get the vis to want to flow through it. And the way I'm going to do that is with a tank. And the way I make a tank is with some glass. So let's set the item to be a sheet of glass. There we go. So I need 4 enchanted wood and 4 glass. So to make a piece of enchanted wood, I take a piece of that, and I have mainly fire crystals, so just 1 fire crystal. So we enchant a fire crystal with some wood. 4 enchanted wood. So now we have 4 glass and 4 enchanted wood gives 1 storage tank. And I fell in a hole. That was not exactly what I intended, but we'll place the tank just there. And now that will take all of the vis out of the crucible into here, and by doing that I should be able to make it flow in a bit of a circle and hopefully get some excess taint out of there. Whack some more coal in. Gonna come in the middle of a desert, I'm gonna throw some more sand in. That should smelt down nicely and fill this back up with reasonably brightly coloured vis. More sand, beautiful. Not going to have any shortage of sand, so I've actually already gone well over where I intended to, but you can see how nice and bright this kind of is now because of the fact that this is burning and turning it all into goodness, and then this is taking out as much of it as it can of the badness and getting rid of it. All this talk about goodness and badness, I really got to learn what things are called. So you can see that because it's a nice bright purple colour, it's full of vis, or vis, however you want to pronounce it, and you can see that this is currently expelling as much of the taint as it possibly can to make it that beautiful purple colour. So I'm going to call an end to the episode here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Astocky out. Hello everyone, this is Astocky and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play of the Yogbox for Minecraft 1.2. I have just opened things up and chunks are just starting to load in and stuff like that, so you have to have a bit of a look around. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to head back over this way because I neglected to get something. So here we go, back to our dungeon because I neglected to get the things that were in here. So in here there is a tarnished chalice, which is a common artifact, an uncommon forbidden artifact, another uncommon forbidden artifact, a common forbidden artifact, 3 cocoa beans, they should stack, 3 string, although I don't really need any string, a saddle, I'm really going to have very little use for a saddle, and then some iron ingots. What? Dirt. Don't need dirt. Wow. It's going to get awful dark in here awful soon. Maybe if I just sort my inventory. Nope, that did not add anything extra. So now that I have done that, I want to head back. It might have been this way actually. Out, legs. I was hoping, there we go. I knew I saw some more fire crystals somewhere. That gets really dark now. Okay, so it was left hand side. Now I need to pick those up because those are important to me. So let's just eat this, and then eat that, and then we pick up some crystals. I didn't actually need those crystals because I was already carrying plenty, but I do like to have as many crystals as I can, and I'm going to collect myself as much iron as I can here. And now this is my first episode back after being away for a while, so it's going to be just a quick episode just so I can basically get something out. And also there is going to be an episode of my Technic pack Let's Play out, so that's why they're going to be quite short, because I'm going to try and get out a few different episodes tonight. But I'm also going to do something just a little bit different in that, well, I guess if you've been looking at the Technic website, you'll see that forestry has actually taken steps to make it impossible to use forestry correctly with the Technic pack. Now I know they're not the only developer that has issues with the Technic pack. There are a few different developers that have issues with the Technic pack, that they don't like the way they provide the mods to people without them downloading them from the website, and that they're ignoring their copyright. Personally, you know, I don't have a big deal with what the Technic pack do. I mean, if you look at the, well, I guess you'd call them the draft sort of licensing clauses that Mojang were coming up with for people who are going to be using the mod API, part of that is that you'll have to make the mods available through an online repository, and you're not going to be able to make any money off the mods. So those are two things that Mojang themselves are insisting upon for mod developers. So I mean, that's kind of what the Technic team are doing. I guess the difference is that the Technic team are going against the wishes of the developers by providing them where the developers say yes or no, and that's, I guess it's up for debate as to whether that's the right behavior or the wrong behavior. The important thing is that people, mod developers in particular, are starting to, and I think forestry is the first so far, are actually starting to disable mods if they detect that you're using the Technic pack. So what I think I'm going to do, and I'm kind of working on it at the moment, I've got DWingit's help, is I am looking to try and develop, as I did before the Technic pack for version 6 came out, I'm looking to develop my own mod pack. Now, I have no idea where I was last time I was here. Okay, I don't have any redstone. Okay, so no redstone, no iron pickaxe. Those are two things that I'm going to need. No wood. Okay, those are all issues. There's no simple solution for those issues. I don't have enough cobblestone either. How do I get in a situation where I don't have enough cobblestone? That's just odd. Time to get a bit more. Because what I would like to do now is make a Thorncraft furnace. Where's my craft guide? So I need set item. I'm going to set my filter on furnace. Maybe it's, okay, that's not going to work. Let's set my filter on redstone. Redstone. Okay, so to make my conduits I need redstone, 4 pieces of glass and 4 pieces of wood, so no matter what I do I'm going to need more wood. Let's just chuck as much of this stuff away as I can. That looks like that's as much of my stuff as I can chuck away. Lots of iron there. That'll do for now. Need food. Oh, don't look at the Enderman. Kill the skeleton. Now I believe I should be able to press F now and level up my sword again. What do I want to add? Let's add looting. So I think what should happen now is that's the same as if I had just enchanted this sword with looting. So hopefully I should have an increased likelihood of getting extra drops.